If you struggle with intrusive thoughts, especially if you have anxiety, OCD, or anything like that, where those intrusive thoughts can be really intense and persistent, the skill I'm going to talk about in today's video could really help you to overcome those intrusive thoughts and stop them from having such a big effect on you. This is one of the most valuable skills I've ever learned in my life, and practicing and getting good at this will be incredibly useful for anyone watching. So first I'm going to explain what this skill is, and later in the video I'll give you some practical tips and advice on how you can actually get good at this and use it to your benefit. So stick around to the end of the video for all of that. So the skill I'm talking about is called mindful observation. And mindful observation is basically just the practice of neutrally and non-judgmentally observing what's going on in your mind and body. So with mindful observation, you go from being completely lost in your thoughts or constantly fighting them to being able to just let them go by briefly with little to no emotional impact on you. You're just a neutral observer. The core of mindful observation is knowing that you're here and the thoughts are over there. You're not in the eye of the storm anymore, you're observing it from a safe place. And it's that detachment from those intrusive thoughts that helps massively to reduce their frequency, take away their power, and stop them from making you feel so anxious all the time and stop you from overthinking everything all the time as well. So how do you actually do this? Well, the first thing that's important to remember is that this is a learnable skill. So it's going to be really difficult to start with, but you will get better at it with time and practice. And the way that I learned to do this is step one, focus on your breathing. Take full, deep, controlled breaths, and you can focus on the physical sensations of the breath, what it feels like going in your nose and out of your mouth, or what it feels like inflating your chest and diaphragm, or you can count the breaths. Whatever helps you stay grounded and focused on that breath in the present moment. And not only does that keep you grounded in your body in the present moment, which helps with the detachment from thoughts, but that deep breathing is also calming your body on a physiological level. It's slowing your heart rate down and it's activating your parasympathetic nervous system. So the breathing alone is helping you a lot. So now, after a few minutes of doing that breathing, and as you're focusing on the breath, try to calmly and neutrally notice these thoughts going by in your head. And here's the key: without judging, labeling, or fighting them. And really try to be aware of the difference between you, the observer, and the thoughts going around in your mind. Really notice that separation. The thing is, intrusive thoughts are so powerful, largely because we treat them as facts and we identify with them. You've probably heard the saying, "You are not your thoughts." There's a reason that's such a popular saying in self-help, because our default position is just to identify with our thoughts. But when you see yourself as the observer, you realize that you are not your thoughts, and they're not these powerful objective facts. They're just these words and images being presented to you by your brain that ultimately you, as the observer, the one in control, get to decide what you do with. Your brain is chucking all of this stuff into the mix down here, but as the observer, you're up here, above it all, detached from it all, observing it calmly. And this is where that focus on the breath is so useful, because that takes you out of your head and it puts you into your body in the present moment. So there's that detachment from those thoughts. And remember here, the key when you're observing is to not judge or label any of those thoughts. They're not good or bad. You're not fighting them, trying to get them to go away, but you're also not engaging with them, going, "Hang on, wait a minute, there's something to this one. I need to think about that for a second." None of that. No judgment, no engagement, no labeling, just neutral observation. As you're trying to do this, you'll probably get pulled down from your observation post and back into those thoughts from time to time. So when that happens, just first try and notice it. Try and build your awareness up so you can spot when that's happening. And you can even label it. You can even say something like, "Hold on, I'm thinking again," and just notice it like that. And from there, use that focus on the breath to get grounded again. Just refocus your attention on those physical sensations or the counting or whatever it is you were doing. Use your breath to get grounded in your body, in the present moment again, and from there you can take back your position as the observer. One of the best ways to practice mindful observation is by meditating, because meditation teaches you to notice when your mind wanders and bring it back to the present moment. So start slow with meditation, maybe a couple of minutes every day or every other day, and just pick a point of focus like your breath, and get good at noticing when your mind wanders and you start getting lost in thought again, and just bringing your focus back to the present moment, back to the breath. It's going to be a lot of stop, start to begin with, But the same as mindful observation, you'll get better at it over time, and this is going to really help to train that skill of noticing when you're getting sucked back into those thoughts. And when you start to notice that, you then have the power to pull yourself back out of it. And that's one of the hardest parts with mindful observation. So meditation is a great way to practice this skill and really get good at it. So start slow, couple of minutes here and there, and then just gradually increase that time as you get better with it. The more you practice mindful observation, you'll see that these intrusive thoughts, they don't have to completely take over your mind. You can separate from them and you can rise above them. And when you do that, you'll see that they stop happening as often, their impact is much less, and they don't last as long anymore. Now, this isn't going to fix intrusive thoughts entirely for everyone. This might be the complete solution for you, or you might need more than this. But at the very least, it's going to help you to make some really good progress with beating those nasty intrusive thoughts. So I hope this has been a good and understandable explanation of mindful observation for you. It's a difficult topic to explain, and if there's anything you still don't understand, if there's parts you're struggling with, if you want more detail, more tips, please comment down below. As always, I'll do my best to go into more detail in a future video and do what I can to help you out. But I hope this has been useful for you, and I really hope you've taken away a good understanding of mindful observation that you can go away and start putting into action, because this really is one of the most powerful skills you can learn. And if you like this video, please like it. Check out some of my other videos. If you like what you see, I upload daily, so hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you're interested, and I hope I see you in the next video.